Hi friends, welcome to my channel and an unboxing. I've bought this deck here called the Aleister Crowley Tarot. Includes 78 cards and a 128 page book. Now then, the reason I bought this is because although it says it's the Aleister Crowley Tarot, the images look rather different, don't they? And I bought this from Blackwell's in the UK, so I thought I will compare it with the original Thoth, which I have in the bag I made for it many moons ago. Do them side by side, and yeah, let's have a little look at what the differences are or the similarities. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll just take the packaging off first. If there's noise in the background, I'm sorry, but the sun's come out, and so the mowers have come out and the noise has come out. But it's beautiful because I'm going a bit pink. I love it when the sun comes out. I love it when the seasons change and the promise of spring and bliss. I've actually been sitting on the side of the cliff as well this morning when I took the dog out, so oh, this is just fantastic. Anyway, back to the video. So this is the greenie, my greenie, and let's have a little look at this one. So let's put this to one side for a minute and let's just have a look what we've got here. So it's quite a big box. It's a lift off. There's no thumb, you know, to take it off with. What they're called? Anyway, yeah, it's just a lift off box. Very pretty. I can't get it all on the camera. There we go. Turn it around for a sec. So that's the front of the box and the front of the book, and we've got an orange band to lift everything out with. So it says 128 pages, but it's not very thick. That's one side. Yeah, it's not very thick, thin pages. Oh, that's pretty. This is the author. We've got a foreword, an introduction, how to use the cards, then we've got the major, the quartz, the pips, blessing, index, and further reading. I love it when they put further reading in. And this is this year, 2023. So brand spanking new. Introduction. Prediction magazine. A little bit about Prediction magazine that's no longer in print. The Thoth Tarot. What is this? Okay, that's a rosy cross there. This is interesting. The deck that accompanies this guide is by the artist Paula Zurite. Paula was given Crowley's original descriptions as a brief to ensure the title of Aleister Crowley's Tarot was accurate, and produced a beautiful modern interpretation of his instructions. Of course, Crowley died in 1947, so we were unable to ascertain what he would think of this modern deck. However, I was visited by him in dreams throughout the writing of this book, and the general impression I got was one of approval. I think that the wider distribution of his work to a new audience would have delighted him. Crowley was no shrinking violet, and was always aware of the power of his great work and the long shadow he would cast over magical thoughts after his death. Wow, how to use the cards. This must be the back of the card. It looks very magical, doesn't it? Gosh. How to use the cards. Classic methods, relationship spreads, a sample reading using the cards, another one. Celtic cross, sample reading. That's cool. And then we're on to the cards and the major arcana. So what do we have? We've got a little rendition of the card, and then we've got about 1.5 pages on the majors, and those, it looks colour coded actually. It's like a green. Okay, then we go to the quartz, which is like a salmony orangey colour. Knights. Okay, so not as much information. So a big section on the knights in general, and then a little bit more on each one individually. Same for the queens, princes and princesses. So obviously kept the same order, the same naming as the Thoth, which you would expect. And then we have the pick cards. So okay, they've done the same thing. So the aces in general and then the aces individually. That's helpful. And they've done that with all of the minor arcana. Okay, a blessing. Oh, we've got the man himself in his magical get up there. This is the blessing for the cards that Aleister Crowley suggests. And then we've got an index, further reading, books by other authors. Yes, classic by Milo Duquette. Don't know that one. Mog Morgan. Yeah, I think that's the same author here. Yeah, well, no, they do the forward. Well, that's interesting. I have not heard of that author. Okay, so that's the book. And as it says, well, it says 128 pages, so yeah, it is. All right, shall we have a look at the cards? Yes, let's have a little look at the cards. Okay, so, okay, they're in plastic. That's the backs. So not the backs I was expecting, actually. And yeah, it's just a pull out. Not fantastic. You know, there's a lot of wasted space, isn't there, in these boxes? I mean, they're very pretty, but yeah, wasted packaging. But the cards are quite small, or are they? Yeah, they are smaller than my greenie. Let's have a little look at a Rider-Waite-Smith for comparison. So they're about the same size as a Rider-Waite-Smith. Okay. This is going to be so interesting. Right, let's take the packaging off. Okay, take the cellophane off. So there's no edging to these, they are just plain cardboard. Oh, that's getting quite loud, isn't it? I think what I'll do is a silent walkthrough, just to let you see the cards, and that will therefore cut out that horrible mowing sound outside. So yeah, I'll just zoom in a little bit. Well, thankfully that noise outside has stopped, so I can talk again now. And what do I think? Well, the first thing I noticed was the numbering system, that on the majors, the original Thoth deck has Roman numerals on the majors, whereas in this deck it's been changed around, so we've got 0 to etc. up to 21 on the majors, and then on the minors we have Roman numerals, but it's actually the other way around on the Thoth deck. Sorry, was I showing that? I was looking at it. I was looking at it myself. I don't know if I actually showed it on the camera there, but yeah, so on the minors here we've got Roman numerals on this deck, whereas it's actually the other way around. It's, yeah, the Roman numerals are on the majors in the original Thoth deck, not on the minors. So that was the very first thing I noticed. I thought, that's strange. The other thing I noticed was direction, especially in the court cards, and even in some of the majors. I mean, look here, Chariot, completely different direction. Yeah, my major disappointment is the Princess of Wands, and the reason is we've lost the Tiger, and as the Princess of Wands is actually my all-time favourite card in the Thoth deck, I absolutely adore this card. It speaks to me so much. For many, many years, this has spoken to me about the power of the Princess of Wands. And to me, in this one, taking away this tiger has removed some of that meaning for me. That is a personal thing, but it's something I will miss in this deck. All in all, I think this deck is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I like the clarity of the images. Sometimes it's really difficult to actually see what's going on, whereas in this deck, you know, let's take the art card for instance, 14. Temperance says he's in the Rider-Waite-Smith. So, you know, it might be a little bit difficult to see what's on the cauldron here, the glyphs, the skull and the crow, but we've got them there, clear, really clear, we can see them. So I like that, it's, yeah, beautiful. We've got an arrow here for Sagittarius, which I can't find on this card. Is it there? Maybe it's there and I just can't see it. But that's the problem with the original Thoth. It is really difficult to see. I noticed that the artist didn't put the writing around here that we see on the original Thoth, and it's there for a reason, and it's been excluded from this one for some reason. Although on other cards they have maintained it. But all in all, I think it's an absolutely gorgeous deck. I also noticed the colours. So what seems to be going on in this one is a colour theme, as in the ones are all very vibrant red. The cups are like a blue. And then we have the swords. Sort of mauvey. And these sort of lemony colours. And then we've got the discs, which are sort of autumny colour almost. So that seems what's going on in the minors. Now that also sort of puzzled me, because in the design of these cards, because they're originated from the teachings of the Golden Dawn, colours is a major part of the schematic. They're there for a reason. Every colour is there for a reason. If you read any book on the Thoth, or however you want to say it, those colours are Queen scale, King scale, etc. And it hasn't been followed in this deck, which is something else that puzzled me. Why not? I wonder if it says anything in the book about that. So I'll just pause the video and I'm going to have a quick look. Okay, I've had a quick look and I can't see anything about colour in the book. However, there's a good deal of information, really informative information, that you would find in books on Crowley. It's not skimped on that, although it has sort of shrunk it down into a small amount of text, but nevertheless, the information's there. The references to the Tree of Life are there, although there's no actual Tree of Life glyph in the book, I noticed, but it does reference the Tree of Life. And it also, especially on the major cards, it actually goes through each of the symbols on the card and explains those, and also puts little quotes in from Crowley, which is nice. So I will take, I'll take a card at random and we'll have a look at the guidebook. Let's take, okay, we've got the Six of Cups, and that is pleasure. So we've still got the zodiac signs and the planetary signs on the card, which is brilliant. I love the vibrant colours. I do like the vibrant colours. So let's have a look. Six of Cups. We have the sixes, then we've got that the 6 years are attributed to Tifereth on the Tree of Life. This Sephirah is described by Crowley as, in some respects, the most important of all. So if you know anything about the Tree of Life, that's about the sun and beauty. And so 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 6 of Cups, pleasure. This card shows the influence of the number 6. Tifereth in the suit of water. So yeah, again referencing the Tree of Life there. This influence is fortified by that of the sun, who also represents the 6. The whole image is that of the influence of the sun on water, like its light forming dazzling stars on the sea. His fierce but balanced power operates that type of putrefaction. He is in the sign of Scorpio, which is the basis of all fertility, all life. The lotus stems are grouped in an elaborate dancing movement. From their blossoms water gushes into the cups, but they are not yet full to overflowing, as they are in the corresponding card below, the 9. Pleasure in the title of this card must be understood in its highest sense. It implies well-being, harmony of natural forces without effort or strain, ease, satisfaction. Foreign to the idea of the card is the gratification of natural or artificial desires. Yet it does represent empathetically the fulfilment of the sexual will, as shown by the ruling Sephirah, planet, element and sign. So yeah, you've got plenty of information there to go by. I think it's going to be a brilliant deck, actually. I'm looking forward to working with it. Yeah, I'm really happy with the deck. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to. There are elements that are a little bit different. There are elements that are the same. We've still got the twins here. We've still got the tiger, the crocodile. They seem to be connected there, whereas they're not really there. Here the tiger is biting the fool, much like the dog bites the fool in the Rider-Waite-Smith. We have the dove here, which in the book says it's attributed to Isis or the Virgin Mary. Yeah, we've got a lot of the same sort of symbology. This is a little different here. And I noticed in the Hermit, that the Hermit here is looking up at the cosmic egg. We've still got the 3-headed dog, as we have in the original. There. And we still have the wheat field, and it's much more apparent in this image here. And we've got the cosmic egg. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. What do you think? Now I've sort of walked through all the cards. Is it a deck you think you could connect to? Is it an easier way into the Thoth? You know, maybe this deck is a first deck before going on to the Thoth and all the imagery. Maybe it is a stepping stone into the Thoth, because let's face it, it's one heck of a system. And even in the guidebook it says, you know, there's so many layers that it can take a lifetime to learn. So maybe this is a lovely way just to start and see if you like the Thoth system, because this book is going to be really, really useful. I think it's going to be a really good one. So yeah, all in all, it's a thumbs up from me. I like this deck. Beautiful. Yes, I'm going to look forward to delving into that one. And so this has been the Aleister Crowley Tarot, and until the next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.